The complete works of Swami Vivekananda, Volume 5, Section 1, Epistles, 30 USA, 12th Jan 1895. Dear Alasinga, I am sorry you still continue to send me pamphlets and newspapers, which I have written you several times not to do. I have no time to pursue them and take notice of them. Please send them no more. I do not care a fig for what the missionaries or the theosophists say about me. Let them do as they please. They very taking notice of them the very taking notice of them will be to give them importance. Besides, you know the missionaries only abuse and never argue. Now know once and for all that I do not care for name or fame or any humbugs of that type. I want to preach my ideas for the good of the world. You have done a great work, but so far as it goes, it has only given me name and fame. My life is more precious than spending it in getting the admiration of the world. I have no time for such foolery. What work what work have you done in the way of advancing the ideas and organization of India? None, none, and none. Any organization that will teach the Hindu mutual help, any organization that will teach the Hindus mutual help and appreciation is absolutely necessary. 5,000 people attend that meeting that was held in Calcutta, and hundreds did the same in the other places. To express an appreciation of my work here, well and good. But if you ask them each to give an anna, would they do it? The whole national character is one of the childish dependence. They are all ready to enjoy food if it is brought to their mouth, and even some want to it pursued or pushed down, and even some want it to push down. You do not deserve to live if you cannot help yourself. I have given up all the presents my plan. I have given up at present my plan for the education of the masses. It will come by degrees. What I know now want is a band of fairy missionaries. What I now want is a band of fairy missionaries. We must have a college in Madras to teach comparative religion, Sanskrit, and different schools of Vedant and some European languages. We must have a press and papers printed in English and in vernaculars. When this is done, then I shall know that you have accomplished something. Let the nation show that they are ready to do. If you cannot do anything of the kind in India, and then of if you cannot do anything of the kind in India, then let me alone. I have a message to give. Let me give it to the people who appreciate it and who will work it out. What care I who takes it? He who does the will of my Father is my own. My name My name should not be made prominent. It is my idea that I want to see released. The disciples of all the prophets have always inextricably mixed up the ideas of master with the person, and king at last killed the ideas of the person. The disciples of Ramakrishna must guide against doing the same things. Work for the idea, not for the person. The Lord bless you. Yours ever with blessings, Vivekanand. 31st, Brooklyn, 20th January 1895. Writing to Mrs. Ollie Bull, whom Swamiji called Dhira Mata, the steady mother, on the occasion of the loss of her father. I had a premonition of your father's giving up the old body, and it is not my custom to write to anyone with when a wave of would be inharmonious Maya strikes him. But these are the great turning points in life, and I know that you are unmoved. The surface of the sea rises and sinks alternately, but to the observant soul, the child of light. Each sinking reveals more and more of the depth and the beds of the pearls and the corals at the bottom. Coming and going is all pure delusion. The soul never comes nor goes. Where is the place to which it shall go when all space is in the soul? When shall be the time for entering and departing? When all time is in the soul. The earth moves, causing the illusion of the movement of the sun. But the sun does not move. So, Prakriti or Maya or nature is moving, changing, unfolding while after while, turning over leaf after leaf of this grand book, while the witnessing soul drinks in knowledge, unmoved, unchanged. All souls that ever have been are or shall be are all in the present tense, and to us a material simile are all standings at one geometrical point. Because the idea of space does occur in the soul, therefore all that were ours are ours and will be ours, are always with us, were always with us, and will be always with us. We are in them, they are in us. Take these cells, though each separate, they are all neither less inseparably joined at AB. They are one. Each is an individual. At all are one at the axis A and B. None can escape from that axis, and however broken or torn the circumferences, at by standing at the axis, we may enter any one of the chamber. This axis is the Lord. There we are one with Him, all in God. The cloud moves across the face of the moon, creating the illusion that the moon is moving. So nature, body, matter moves on, creating the illusion that the soul is moving. Thus we find at last that instinct or inspiration, which man is of every race, whether high or low, have that to feel. The presence of the departed above them is truly intellectually also. Each soul is a star, and all stars are set in that infinite azure, that eternal sky, the Lord. There is the root, the reality, real individuality of each and all. Religion began with the search for after some of these stars that had passed beyond our horizon, and ending in finding them all in God and ourselves. In the same place, the whole secret in God and ourselves is the same. The whole secret is then that your father has given up the old garment he was wearing and is standing where he was through all eternity. Will he manifest another such garment in this and any other world? I sincerely pray that he may not until he does so in full consciousness. I pray that none may be dragged any whither by the unseen power of his own past actions. I pray that all may be free, that is to say, may know that they are free. And if they are to dream again, let us pray that their dreams be all of peace and bliss. Yours, Vivekanand. 32. 54W 23rd Street, NY, 1st February 1895. Dear sister, I just received your beautiful note. Well, sometimes it is good disciples to be forced to work for work's sake, even to the length of not being allowed to enjoy the fruits of the one labor. I am very glad of your criticism and I am not sorry at all. The other day at Miss Thursby, I had an excited moment with the Presbyterian gentleman who, as usual, got very hot, angry, and abusive. However, I was afterward severely reprimanded by Mrs. Bull for this, as such thing hindered my work. So it seems it is your opinion. I am glad you write about it just now because I have been given a good deal of thought to it. In the first place, I am not at all sorry for these things. Perhaps that may disgust you. It may. I know full well how good it is for one's worldly prospect to be sweet. I do everything to be sweet, but when it comes to a horrible compromise with the truth within, then I stop. I do not believe in humility. I believe in समधारशित्व समदर्शित्व, same state of mind with regard to all, samadarshitva. The duty of the ordinary man is to obey the command of his God, society, but the children of light never do so. This is an eternal law. One accommodates himself to surroundings and social opinions and gets all good things from the society. The giver of all good is such. To such, the other stands alone and draws society up towards him, and accommodating man finds a path of roses, the non-accommodating one of thorns. But the worshippers or vox populi go to annihilation in a moment. The children of truth live forever. I will compare truth to the corrosive substance of infinite power. It burns its way in every wherever it falls. It burns its way in wherever it falls. In soft substance at once, hard granite slowly, but it must. What is writ is writ. I am so sorry, sister, that I cannot make. I am so sorry, sister, that I cannot make myself sweet and accommodating to every black falsehood, but I cannot. I have suffered for it all my life, but I cannot. I have essayed and essayed, but I cannot. At last I have given it up. The Lord is great. Yeah, he will not allow me to become a hypocrite. Now let what is in come out. Now let what is in come out. I have not I have not found a way that will please all, and I cannot but be what I am true to my own self. Youth and beauty vanish. Youth and beauty vanish. Life and wealth vanish. Name and fame vanish. Even the mountains crumble into dust. Friendship and love vanish. Truth alone abides. God of truth, be thou alone my guide. I am too old to change how into now into milk and honey. I am too old to change now into milk and honey. Allow me to remain as I am, without fear, without shopkeeping, earning, caring neither for friends nor fears. Do thou hold on to the truth, Sannyasin, and from this moment give up this world and the next and all that are to come, their enjoyment and their vanity. True, truth, be thou alone, my guide, be thou alone my guide. I have no desire for wealth, or name, or fame, or enjoyments. Sister, they are dust unto them, unto me. I want to help my brethren. I have not the tact to earn money. Bless the Lord. What reason is there for me to conform to the vagaries in the of the world around me and not obey the voice of the truth within. The mind is still weak, sister. It sometimes mechanically clutches at earthly help. But I am not afraid. Free is the greatest fear is the greatest sin my religion teaches. The last fight with the Presbyterian priest and a long fight afterward with Mrs. Bull showed me a clear light what Manu says to the sannyasin. Live alone, walk alone. All friendship, all love is only limitations. Never was a friendship, especially of woman, which was not exacting. O great sages, you were right. One cannot serve the God of truth who leans upon somebody. Be still, my soul. Be alone, and the Lord is with you. Life is nothing, death is a delusion. All this is not. God alone is. Fear not, my soul. Be alone, sister. The way is long, the time is short, evening is approaching. I have to go home soon. I have no time to give my manners of finish. I cannot find time to deliver my message. You are good. You are so kind. I will do anything for you. And do not be angry. I see you all are my mere children. Dream no more. Oh, dream no more, my soul. In one word, I have a message to give. I have no time to be sweet to the world, and every attempt at sweetness makes me a hypocrite. I will die a thousand deaths rather than lead a jellyfish existence and yield to every requirement of the foolish world, no matter whether it be my own country or a foreign country. You are mistaken, utterly mistaken. You are mistaken, utterly mistaken. If you think I have to work as Mrs. Bull thinks, I have no work under or beyond the sun. I have a message and I will give it after my own fashion. I will neither Hinduize my message nor Christianize it, nor make it any is in the world. I will only my is it, and that is all. Liberty Mukti is all liberty. Mukti is all my religion, and everything that tries to curb it I will avoid to fight or flight. I try to pacify the priests. Sister, do not take this amiss, but you are babies, and babies must submit to be taught. You have not yet drunk of the fountain which makes reason unreason, mortal immortal. Is this world is zero, and a man is God. Come out if you can of this network of foolishness they call this world. Then I will call you indeed brave and free. If you cannot cheer those that dare dash this false god, society to the ground and tramp on its unmitigable hypocrisy. If you cannot cheer them, pray. Be silent, but do not try to drag them down again into the mire with such false nonsense as compromise and becoming nice and sweet. I hate this world, this dream, this horrible nightmare with its churches and chicaneries, its books and black guardians, its fair faces and false hearts, its hauling righteous on the surface and utter hollowness beneath, and above all, its sanctified shopping. It's sanctified shopkeeping. What measure my soul according to what the bond slaves of the world says? Sister, you do not know the sannyasin. He stands on the head of the Vedas, says the Vedas, because he is free from church and sect and religion and prophet and book is and all of that like missionary or non-missionary. Let them haul and attack me with all they can, and I take them as Bhartrihari. Bhartrihari says, "Go thou thy way." Bhartrihari, go thou way. Sannyasin. Some will say, who is this madman? Others, who is this Chandal? Others will know thy to be the sage. Be glad at the prattle of the worldling. Be glad at the prattle of the worldling. But when they attack, know that the elephant passing through the marketplace is always beset by curs, but he cares nothing. He goes straight on his own way. So it is always when a great soul appears there will be numbers of to bark after him. I am living with Lesbury at 54W 23 Street. He is a brave and noble soul. Lord bless him. Sometimes I go to the Gurse to sleep. Lord bless you all ever and ever, and may He lead you quickly out of this bag humbug, the world. May you never be enchanted by this other witch, the world. May Shankara help you. May Uma open the door of truth for you and take away all your delusions. Yours with love and blessing, Vivekanand. 33, 19W 38th Street, New York, 1895. Dear Alasinga, middle not with so-called social reform, for there cannot be any reform without spiritual reform first. Who told you that I want social reform? Not I. Preach the Lord. Say neither good nor bad about the superstitions, and they died. Do not lose hearts. Do not lose faith in your Guru. Do not lose faith in God. So long as you possess these three, nothing can nothing can harm you, my child. I have I am growing stronger every day. My walk is on, my brave boys. There will there my work is on, my brave boys. Every ever yours with blessing, Vivekanand. 35, 34, 54 West, 33 New York, 25th February 1895. Dear sister, I am sorry you had an attack of illness. I will give you an absence treatment, though your confusion takes half the strength out of my mind. That you have rolled out of it is all right. All's well that ends well. The book have strived in good condition, and many thanks for them. Yours ever affectionate bro, Vivekanand. Isabel McKinley, Swamiji took delight in gently teasing the Hale sister, of whom Isabel was one. About their study and practice of Christian Science, he wrote this short note from New York, and in this he sillily poked fun at the scientist practice of never confessing to be sick. 35. USA 6th March 1895. Dear Alasinga, do not for a moment think the Yakis are practical in religion, in that the Hindu alone is practiced, the Yakis in money making, so that as soon as I depart, the whole thing will disappear. Therefore, I want to have a solid ground under my feet before I depart. Every work should be Every work should be made through and thorough. You need not insist upon preaching Sri Ramakrishna. Propagate his ideas first. Though I know the whole world always want the man first, then the idea. Figure a- do not figure out big plans at first, but begin slowly. Feel your ground and proceed up and up. Work on, my brave boys. We shall see the light someday. Harmony and peace. Let things slowly grow in Rome. Let things slowly grow. Rome was not built in a day. The Maharaja of Mysore is dead. One of our great hopes. Well, the Lord is greater, and He will send others to help the causes. Send some Kushasanas, small sitting mats if you can. Send some Kushasanas, small sitting mats if you can. Yours ever with blessing, Vivekananda. 36, 54 W 33 New York, 27th March 1895. Dear sister, your kind Your kind note gave me pleasure inexpressible. I was also able to read it through very easily. I have at last hit upon the orange and have got a coat, but could not has at get any in summer materials. If you get any, kindly inform. Kindly inform me. I will have it made here in New York. Yours wonderful, Dearborn F. Misfit Taylor is too much even for a monk. Sister Lockie, Sister Lockie writes me a long letter and perhaps wondering at my delay in reply. She is apt to be carried away by enthusiasm. So I am waiting, and again I do not know what to answer. Kindly tell her for me that it is impossible for me to fix any place just now. Mrs. Pick, through noble, grand, and very spiritual, is as much clever in the worldly matter as I, and yet I am getting clearer every day. Mrs. Pick has been offered by someone whom she knows only hazily in Washington a place for summer. Who knows that she will not be playing upon? This is a wonderful country for cheating, and 99.9% have some motive in the background to take advantage of others. If anyone just but closes his eyes for a moment, he is gone. Sister Josephine is fairy. Mrs. Pick is a simple good woman. I have been so well handled by the people here that I look around me for hours before I take a step. Everything will come to right. Ask Sister Josephine to have a little patience. You are every day finding kindergarten better than running any old man's home, I am sure. You saw Mrs. Bull, and I am sure you were quite surprised to find her so tame and gentle. So tame and gentle. Do you see Mrs. Adam? How do you see Mrs. Adam now and then? Mrs. Bull has been greatly benefited by her lessons. I also took a few, but no use. The every increased load is in front does not allow me to bend forward as Mrs. Adam says it. If I try to bend forward in walking, the center of gravity comes off the surface to my of my stomach, and so I go cutting in front somersault. No millionaire comes. Not even a few hundred thousands. Sorry, very sorry. I am trying my best. What I can do. My classes are full of women who, of course, cannot marry a woman. You, of course, cannot marry a woman. Well, her have patience. I will keep my eyes open and never let go any opportunity if you do not get it. It would not be allowing to any lazy, at least on my part. Life goes on the same old ruts. Sometimes I get disgusted with eternal lecturing and talking and want to be silent for days and days, hoping you the best dreams. For that is the only way to be happy. I remain ever your loving brother Vivekanand. 37th, USA, 4th April 1894. Dear Alasinga, your letter to hand. Just to hand. You need not be afraid of anybody's attempt to hurt me. As long as the Lord protects me, I shall be pre- impregated or impregnable or impregnable. Your idea of America are very hazy. This is the huge country and the majority is not do not care much about religion. Christianity holds its ground as a mere patriotism and nothing more. Now, my son, do not lose courage. Send me the Vedanta Sutras and the Bhashyas, that is the commentary, and of all the sect. I am in his hands. What is the use of going back into India? India cannot further my ideas. This country have taken to my ideas. I will go back when I get the command. In the meantime, do you all gently and patiently work. If anybody attacks me, simply ignore his existence. My idea is for you to start a society where people could be taught taught the Vedas and Vedant, and with that every time you feel weak, you not only hurt yourself but also the cause. The infinite faith and strength are the only condition of the success. Be cheerful, hold on to your own idea. Above all, never attempt to guide or rule others. Or the Yankees says boss others. Be the servant of all. Ever yours with blessings, Vivekanand.